Do you dare to hear the truth? Today, let's take a hard look at reality. This is the survival guide for ordinary people during the Great Depression. 100 years ago, America was thriving. The Ford automobile boom was in full swing, with workers earning $150 a month for an 8-hour workday. Back then, a Ford car cost just $560, meaning you could afford one with 3 to 4 months' salary. A 300-square-meter villa cost only $6,000. In the 1920s, cars, telephones, washing machines, refrigerators, and vacuum cleaners had already entered the homes of ordinary families. America was at the peak of economic prosperity, surpassing Africa by 1,000 years, Asia by 200 years, and Europe by 50 years. However, all of this changed in 1929. On October 24, the infamous Black Thursday, the Wall Street stock market crashed. During that time, a popular nursery rhyme echoed through the streets. Mother Melon wants to disown, Hoover tolls the death knell, Wall Street sends the signal, America plunges into hell. Indeed, in 1929, the U.S. economy fell into a hell mode, with devastating impacts on society. Banks collapsed, factories shut down, and millions were unemployed. This is what history books call the Great Depression. In William Manchester's The Glory and the Dream, the struggles of ordinary people during the Great Depression are vividly documented. Children scrounged for money by collecting soda bottles. People survived on stale bread because it was cheap. Streets were filled with vendors selling whatever they could. Here are 10 key consequences of the 1929 Great Depression. Mass unemployment. The unemployment rate jumped from 3.2% in 1929 to 25% in 1933 and remained at 15% for the next 5 years. Overproduction and declining consumption. The poor couldn't afford to consume and the middle class was too afraid to spend. This spiral led to economic collapse. Milk, for example, became so undervalued that farmers preferred dumping it rather than paying storage costs. The infamous milk dumping incident. Stock market crash and rising debt. Wall Street's collapse wiped out family wealth, causing a domino effect of devaluation, bankruptcy, and even death under mounting debts. Declining marriage rates. Young people adopted a three-nosed policy: no dating, no marriage, and no children. They couldn't afford basic life necessities, let alone a family. Rise of populism. Populist leaders blamed the economic crisis on international conspiracies, leading to isolationist policies in the U.S. until President Roosevelt reversed course. Increased immigration. During the Depression, over 100,000 skilled American workers moved to the Soviet Union to aid in its industrialization. Homebound culture. With incomes shrinking, cheap entertainment like radio shows and movies replaced extravagant pastimes, and industries catering to affordability thrived. Proliferation of female workers. As men failed to provide for families, many women were forced into difficult and degrading jobs. Depression-induced despair drove some to suicide, while crime rates surged. Politicians' empty promises. Despite grim realities, leaders like Hoover insisted the economy would rebound. This disconnect paved the way for Roosevelt's landslide victory. Emergence of conspiracy theories. With limited knowledge of economics or politics, many blamed scapegoats to soothe their inner frustrations. The causes of the Great Depression remain debated, but 3 key factors are often highlighted. Excessive money printing. Between 1921 and 1929, the U.S. expanded its money supply by an average of 7.7% annually. Wealth inequality. In 1929, 0.1% of Americans controlled 25% of the nation's wealth, while wage growth for ordinary workers lagged far behind economic productivity. Excessive debt. The economic boom led to overconfidence, with rampant borrowing for homes, cars, and consumer goods. When the bubble burst, debt spiraled out of control. The Great Depression reshaped the world, leaving nothing as it was before. While governments may promise aid, history shows that ordinary people often bear the brunt of the pain. So, how can we prepare if such a crisis strikes again? Diversify savings. Manage cash wisely and prepare for fluctuations in exchange rates and interest rates. Diversify income streams. Develop multiple sources of income, train new skills, and avoid relying solely on one job or industry. Adjust consumption habits. Prioritize essentials and choose practical, cost-effective options to navigate financial difficulties. Stay rational. Learn basic economic and political principles to remain calm during market turbulence and uncertainty. Every depression is a reset, redistributing wealth upwards. The challenges and dilemmas faced by ordinary people remain eerily similar across time. If this resonates with you, follow me for a deeper dive into how to survive and thrive during economic downturns.